and then the next day they do the same thing and then they don't go out, and then the next day they do the same thing. Hair that is already moisturized, you can even feel that the hair is very moisturized, is very oily, and then they keep adding and adding and adding every day. For such people, it can lead to this condition where the hair now becomes very weak and becomes very limp. Hi, you welcome to another episode of Ask the Trichologist. My name is Atilola, and I am the certified trichologist at African Naturalistas Hair Clinic. African Naturalistas is your one-stop center for all your hair and scalp needs. At African Naturalistas, we help you achieve your goal of healthy hair naturally. Whether you are looking for hair products, you are looking for a hair clinic, you are looking for regimens, you are looking for memberships, anything about hair and scalp, we got you covered. Ask the Trichologist is that program where we get to answer all your hair and scalp questions on a high-level way. So if it's about hair, if it's about scalp, we got you covered. Just send in your questions and we will help you. So today's question is from Tomiwa. Tomiwa says, "Hello Atilola, my hair is always limp and breaks up easily. I've done a lot of treatments and so many things, but it's still always limp and looks like it has no life. What can I do to make my hair stop being limp? It was not like this in the past. I just started experiencing this a couple of years ago." All right. Thank you very much, Tomiwa, for your question. I almost forgot the name right there. Thank you very much, Tomiwa, for your question. Yes, I understand what you're facing right now. The fact that your hair is always limp, and then because your hair is limp, you're probably not able to retain length. It has no life, as you already put it. Of course, nobody likes limp hair because it's not, it doesn't have body, it doesn't have weight, it's just there and all. Okay, so but this is a very common problem. However, it's needless. It mostly occurs out of ignorance for people that are not naturally born with limp hair. You know, some people naturally they have limp hair. That's how they were born. But you stated that you just started experiencing this about a couple of years ago. Is not so. In this case, when you're talking about hair that is already limp, that's a classical sign of overly moisturized hair or overly conditioned hair, which can lead to something called hygral fatigue, right? That's when there's too much moisture, right, that has passed through the cuticle of the hair and has gone into the cortex of the hair. So the cortex is swollen, it is limp, it is overly moisturized. And causes of hygral fatigue is when you moisturize your hair more than it is required. So a typical example is, you know, some people's hair is naturally dry. It naturally takes in moisture and releases moisture easily because of the porosity. And in this case, those kinds of people will have to moisturize their hair regularly, right? Maybe every day, once a day, they moisturize and seal, and then they go out and the next day they come back, they moisturize and they seal. But some people do not require such amount of moisture. Maybe their hair is low porosity and the hair has, finally found a way to take in the moisture, but the hair has not released the moisture, right? And then you go and moisturize again. Or some people, they even just moisturize their hair and then they cover their hair and then they don't go out. They just stay in the house and all the moisture is still there, sitting in the hair, and their hair is scarfed all the while they're at home, and then the next day they do the same thing and they don't go out, and then the next day they do the same thing. Hair that is already moisturized, you can even feel that the hair is very moisturized, is very oily, and then they keep adding and adding and adding every day. For such people, it can lead to this condition where the hair now becomes very weak and becomes very limp because it has been overloaded with moisture. Another thing that can cause this hair to be limp is, deep conditioning deep conditioning for too long. Let me put it that way. For too long and too regularly. So you're probably deep conditioning maybe twice a week, and then you're doing it for too long, and probably it's a moisture deep conditioner, right? And you're doing it for too long and you're doing it for too often. It can lead to this situation of limp hair. So I see a case of lack of proper regimen in this happening here. Like the hair regimen that Tomiwa is using is not good. It doesn't work for her own situation. Either she's not in an overly dry environment, or she's probably at home. Her hair is probably in a sedentary environment. It doesn't get exposed easily, and so on and so forth. Another reason why this could have happened is maybe you're doing the greenhouse method like too often, right? You're always putting moisture in your hair and then covering it up with like a plastic bag, and you're probably doing this like maybe almost every day because you are afraid of your hair being dry, and then you're overly moisturizing it. So in this case, Tomiwa, what you want to do is you want to just do a quick protein treatment, right? Protein treatments are things that shouldn't be taken lightly, and they are things that should many times be done under supervision or under great direction, following the manual that you have been given. But you want to do a protein treatment in this case. And how do you know? How are we even sure that you need a protein treatment? You can just take the strand of hair, and then you can feel how your hair is supposed to be elastic, right? Your hair shaft is supposed to be elastic. Meaning when you take your hair, when you stretch it, it's supposed to go back after a while to its original state. So in this case, you find out that somebody like Tomiwa, like you might stretch it and then it doesn't go back to its state. It just stays right there, and then that's a typical sign of hair that is limp, that is overly moisturized, that is gummy, and is lifeless. So in this case, what you want to do is you want to just do an intense protein treatment once, and the situation should repair itself. Or you want to use a hair product that has some amount of protein in it. Another reason why this could have been happening to you is probably you are indulging in so many DIYs that have not been how should I say, they have not been supervised to see that there's a balance of moisture and protein in those products that you are using, because most formulated products that are formulated by a professional are always taking care of this situation, that by the time you use the entire range of products, your hair is properly balanced when it comes to moisture and protein, and so you don't get into such trouble. So people that do DIYs a lot, like today they are doing coconut milk, tomorrow they are doing honey, next tomorrow they are doing aloe vera. They're just doing so many things that individually they seem okay, right? But when you put all these things together, because you don't even know what is the composition of all these things and the effect each of them has on your hair, you end up with limp hair, lifeless hair, because you are not really under supervision. So you want to do so if you are doing a lot of DIYs somewhere, you need to stop for now until you get your hair back to the place where you want it to be. So what you for the protein treatment, you want to do it under strong supervision and do it maybe like once, twice, and then you're good to go. And then you use products that are balanced in moisture and protein, not just moisture products, that have good protein and moisture balance in your daily regimen or your maybe every 2-day regimen till you get the kind of hair you desire. And then I want you to look into your regimen as a whole, because this is a regimen problem going on here. As you said, it wasn't this way before. It is something that happened of recent, say a couple of years ago. So switch back, like dial back to when you switched up your regimen, and then think back and see when did I switch up my regimen? When did this happen? And what have I done afterwards? Right? We have an intensive hair growth planner that we use at African Naturalistas that we sell to people and we give to people sometimes, where they have the opportunity to write their daily routines in their hair. It's an intensive hair growth planner. So you actually plan your hair growth. You write the things that you use, the things that, oh, this is what I switched up. So if you're using a planner like that, I can put that planner somewhere here, right? If you're using a planner like that, you can easily trace back to, oh, where did I go wrong? When did I switch up my regimen? What happened? What products did I use? What products did I know? Trust me, it's a very, very fantastic tool. I didn't even think I was going to mention it today, but it's a very fantastic tool. And plan out your entire month for your hair care. Here you write the things you did daily. How did I moisturize? Did I do the LOC, the LCO? How did I seal? What products did I use? What hairstyle? Other notes and everything. You can do your annual length checks. Your quarterly length checks based on the goal that you created for yourself at the beginning of the year. You can do your quarterly length checks. You can plan out your month. Then at the end of the month, you can do your monthly review. So you can find out the hair loss, the hair shed, what you could accomplish based on the goals you set, what you need to improve, the summary, so many things actually. You can take it to your trichologist, your medical doctor. And if you're watching this and you think that this is something that is going to be of benefit to you, I can put the link in the description box below, and then you can get one for yourself. We have both the soft copy and the hard copy. You can always get anyone for yourself. All right then. Before you go, I want you to like, subscribe, share, comment on this channel, and click on the notification bell. Like, subscribe, share, comment, and click on the notification bell. I hope I have been able to help you, Tomiwa, to solve your problem, right? I strongly believe I've been able to do that. And when you switch up all these things, then you should see a difference in your hair after a couple of weeks. All right then. So I'll see you in the next episode of Ask The Trichologist. But before you go, subscribe. Bye.